is 5 o'clock. I'll call the Finance and Personnel Committee to order. We'll begin with the roll. Alder Lefebvre. Here. Alder Decker.
Here.
Alder Perella.
Here.
Alder Feldy. Do we have anybody online?
We have to call her. We have to call her. That's the only way it's going to go through. She's going to have to. We would have to call her to get through.
Do you want to call? Shall we call? As you like.
We won't delay for that. We have committee of the whole after this. Alder Felty will be excused for this one. Mitchell is here. We have a quorum. Will you all please join me in the pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, then, barring objection, we'll jump over item 4 for introductions. Seeing no objection from committee, we'll move on to item 5, the approval of the minutes from the February 10th meeting. Is there any discussion on those minutes? If not, we'd be looking for a motion to approve.
I make a motion to approve.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Seeing no discussion on minutes, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Chair votes aye. The ayes have it. The motion passes. Those minutes are approved. Takes us to item 6, which is resolution number 163 of 2425, a resolution authorizing the continuation of the self-insured workers' compensation program.
Good evening. This is a resolution that comes before you every year, and it's just to be in compliance with the state that we need to have council approval that we are going to continue being self-insured.
Questions or comments?
Pretty straightforward.
If not, we'd be looking for a motion to approve.
I make a motion to approve.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Then, seeing no discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Chair votes aye. The ayes have it, and the motion passes. That one is approved.
Thank you.
Next up is item 7, which is resolution number 166 of 2425, a resolution authorizing execution of a consent and estoppel certificate on behalf of the city regarding the Oscar Apartments.
Okay. This is
a pretty standard type request. In essence, what the city is being asked to do here is represent that they understand, first of all, that there is the developer's agreement, sort of the rights under the developer's agreement are being transferred, and the city understands that, that the bank is taking some estoppel or is taking some rights into some of the property so that basically that's the property that they're using as collateral in the matter, and the city understands that. And then really the only other thing that the city is doing is agreeing to contact the bank should there be issues with the developer's agreement where there's defaults or those kinds of things. So it's a pretty standard type of document.
Questions or comments?
pretty straightforward.
We only have 3 agenda items and 15 minutes to fill. If there is no discussion on this one, we would also be looking for a motion to approve.
I make a motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Seeing no discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Chair votes aye. The ayes have it, and the motion passes. That one is approved. Next up is item number 8, resolution number 168 of 2425, a resolution authorizing the appropriate city officials to sign the amendment to the Leverins site parking lot lease.
Good evening. This item is before you because we were looking through some records in finance and found that this lease had never been paid on, and it was entered into back in 1992. So we worked with, I worked with the manager of the property and let them know that they were in default. They have offered to pay every year of rent, that they are back, and Administrator Bradley has agreed to this. The other option would have been we could only go back potentially for the amount that would be within the statute of limitations, which would be a much smaller number. So he was agreeable to this amount to pay the full amount of rent. In addition, there are a couple amendments to the lease which corrected some mistakes that were in the initial lease, including the end date was supposed to be, I believe, 50 years, and it was 2132. So it was actually making it a lot more years than the 50 that was, or 40 that was initially agreed to. And then there were some other minor adjustments within the contract as well. However, the manager of the property, since we were coming forward with these changes, making the payment, he also asked if we could extend the lease. So this is also extending that lease. We have the records now in finance and a reminder to bill them on a semi-annual basis. So this should not occur in the future.
Questions or comments? Alder Perrella?
So they are going to, summarizing, they are going to pay everything at once of what is that they have unpaid, and we are going to renew the contract to 2072.
Correct. So the $47,000 number in the resolution is an agreement for the unpaid rent. It does not include interest and penalties, again, because that would probably have not been able to be collected at this point. So the agreement that Administrator Bradley came to with my assistance was that we would at least get the rent that was due for the property. And yes, instead of the correction, which would have gotten the lease to 2032, since we were already coming forward with this, we actually are requesting another 40 years of 2072. One thing I will mention is there is an escalation in the lease, so it's not like they're stuck at a certain dollar amount based on today. It has an inflationary factor based on CPI built into the lease, so they do increase automatically each year.
Any other discussion? Alder LaFave?
Yes, I was just wondering how this could happen, that we're not getting paid money due to us. Has that been investigated, and has that situation been cleared up?
I would like to believe that we know of every lease that exists in the city. I will say that prior to me being here, the record keeping wasn't always the cleanest. So even if another department may have had the lease, it may have not made it to finance. So
okay.
I do know we're working on having more of a collaborative effort between myself, attorney's office, planning and development has often been involved in these types of things. So we're trying to make it more of a collaborative effort.
So you are making moves to correct this shortfall in record keeping.
Yes.
Good.
Any other questions or comments, Alder Decker?
I just want to say kudos to Caitlin for doing this. I mean, this is awesome that you found this, and I'm glad that you, and anything you can keep finding will be very greatly appreciated.
I would like it to get to the point where I'm not finding things.
Okay.
Agreed on all accounts. Any other discussion? If not, we'd be looking for a motion to approve on this one.
I make a motion to approve.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second, then seeing no further discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Chair votes aye. The ayes have it, and the motion passes. That one is approved. The next regularly scheduled meeting will be on March 10th of this year, and with that, we have exhausted our agenda and are looking for a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor of adjournment?
Aye.
All opposed? Chair votes aye. The ayes have it, and the motion passes. We are adjourned. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Chair.